Hi, Mystery Recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a sci-fi show called 12 Monkeys. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. By the year 2043, a deadly virus of unknown origin has wiped out a total of 7 billion human beings. The 1% of immune people that are now left live in underground bunkers and struggle to survive in a harsh, post-apocalyptic world. One such survivor is a young man named James Cole, who is currently wandering the wastelands with his friend. The duo soon enters the Office of Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC facility. They look around for a while until Cole retrieves a broken watch from a skeleton of a CDC scientist. After this, the two friends return to a discreet location known as Project Splinter. It is a secretive program that consists of a team of scientists led by Dr. Jones. It is revealed that the team has recently built a time machine after 30 years of hard work. With this revolutionary technology, they plan to send Cole back in time to prevent the virus from spreading. Cole knows that the world they are living in is destined to be doomed. He thus agrees to volunteer for this mission and try his best to save the world. Before sending Cole back in time, Dr. Jones's team gives him special injections to help his body cope with the journey. They then place him in the huge time machine and send him back to the year 2015. Cole's mission is to find the chief CDC scientist, Dr. Cassie, who has the information about the source of the disease that will spread in 2017. So, it wasn't Stan's dad Randy and that pangolin after all. Unfortunately, due to a technical error, Cole lands in 2013, but goes forward with the plan anyway. He heads straight to a medical conference where Cassie is presenting a paper on the dangers of communicable diseases. She finishes her presentation and quickly gets into her car outside. Cassie plans to return to her apartment as usual, when suddenly, Cole appears in the back seat. Before she can make sense of what is happening, he grabs her mouth and threatens her to drive away. They soon reach a secluded alleyway where Cole explains that he is from the future. The time traveler adds that if they don't work together, the whole world will be destroyed. Meanwhile, Cassie's boyfriend Aaron is worried when she doesn't show up back at her apartment. He immediately calls the police, and it doesn't take them long to track down Cassie's car. An increasingly desperate Cole begins to explain his story, telling her about the future and the mission he is on. Cassie obviously is skeptical of these claims and thinks he is a psycho who is obsessed with the world's doom, but Cole is determined to prove that he's telling the truth. He then pulls out the watch that he had found in the CDC facility back in 2043 AD. Cassie is shocked to see that it is the same watch that she is currently wearing. Cole then uses his knife to scratch the glass of the watch Cassie is wearing. Shockingly, the exact same scratch mark appears on the watch that Cole has brought with him. Upon seeing this, Cassie is left speechless and finally realizes that he is telling the truth. Cole then explains that he was sent to prevent a deadly disease from being released in 2017. He tells her that the disease has been created in a lab by a man named Leland. If they can kill him, they will change the course of history. No more disease, and no more little baby weirdos with the last name Goins. However, a confused Cassie replies that she has never heard of any Leland Goins. This makes Cole realize that she is not the main scientist at the CDC, and she doesn't even have necessary information yet. Cole thus tells her to meet him at the John Adams Hotel in Philadelphia in 2 years' time. He then disappears into thin air, leaving Cassie stunned and confused. 2 years pass by and we see Cassie waiting for him in the same hotel on the same day as he had instructed. Her life, however, has dramatically changed since their first meeting. She had told everyone about the disease that will wipe out the world, but no one believed her. Her relationship with her boyfriend Aaron has ended, while she has quit her job with the CDC. After waiting for a good few hours, Cassie is starting to lose hope. She is about to give up when Cole suddenly appears in front of her. The duo then heads to her room, where Cassie inquires about the time travel and the impending doom of the world. Cole begins to explain that in 2017, a deadly disease will spread that will kill millions of people every day. Cassie, as the chief scientist of the CDC, will search for a cure, but she too will eventually fall victim to the disease. However, before she dies, Cassie will record a message revealing that the disease had been started by a man named Leland Goins. She will make it clear clear that the only person who can stop this is a man named Cole. Upon hearing that her own future self had set this chain of events in motion, Cassie is stunned. Cole's mission is to kill Leland, thereby preventing the disease from spreading. If the mission is successful, there would not be a need to build a time machine in the future. This would mean that Cole would disappear from reality, but it is a sacrifice he is willing to make. Now fully committed to the mission, Cassie reveals that she has been searching for Leland Goins for the past 2 years. She has discovered that he is the CEO of a private company that is involved in making biological weapons. She also knows that he will be attending a party tonight and can use her connections to get herself and Cole in. Later that night, the duo reaches their destination and are promptly joined by Aaron. He approaches Cassie and tells her that if she hadn't lost her mind to all that world-ending doom talk 2 years ago, they would still be together. Cassie also plays along, pretending to be interested in the conversation. This gives Cole enough time to scan the room for his main target. He soon spots Leland, who is busy introducing his topmost scientist, Peter, to the guests. Cole, who is standing nearby, sees this as the perfect opportunity to strike. However, as he approaches Leland, the latter's guards see him pulling out a gun and immediately capture him. Cassie, being the guest who escorted Cole into the party, is also promptly arrested. Following this, the two intruders are taken to a secret lab where Leland runs several tests on Cole. Scientist Peter is fascinated by his brain, which seems to be behaving in a more complex way than normal humans. "You appear to have played the game Death Stranding to completion." Peter believes that Cole is experiencing time differently from others and wants to study him further. After the tests are done, Cole is thrown into a room with Cassie, but he wastes no time and quickly comes up with a plan to escape the place. He takes her watch, the same one she had been wearing in 2013, and hides it in his pocket. This is when Leland enters the room and reveals that he has been studying Cole's brain scans. He claims that Cole has the ability to travel through time, as he had seen him before in 1987 AD. Upon hearing this, Cole is shocked, as he has never been to 1987 before. Leland adds that Cole was looking for something called the Army of the 12 Monkeys, because they were going to end the world. He then orders his guards to kill Cassie and dissect Cole for scientific studies. However, the latter quickly brings the future and the present version of Cassie's watch in contact with each other. This creates a temporal storm, causing space-time to slow down and a massive explosion to occur. In the chaos, Cole manages to save himself and Cassie, while Leland is injured. Cole takes advantage of the situation and shoots Leland in the head for good measure. He feels a sense of relief that he has finally changed the future and saved the world from destruction by tapping two watches together. However, Cassie quickly points out that if Cole has indeed changed the future, he should not be there. His continued existence means that the world will still be destroyed in 2017. Cole is confused and wonders what else could have allowed the disease to spread. He then tells Cassie to get as far away as she can and hide. As she leaves the building, Cole disappears into thin air. Seconds later, he returns to the year 2043 and tells everything that he did to Dr. Jones. He also reveals that despite killing Leland, the outbreak still seems to have occurred. This means that the virus was released by someone else, and they need to find the culprit quickly. Jones and his team then start researching and soon discover an old news clip with a strange monkey logo. Furthermore, they fine-tune Cassie's recorded message from 2017 and learn that it also mentions the Army of the 12 Monkeys. So it wasn't just a nickname that Leland gave to him and the boys' dongs, after all. Upon arriving in his designated time and place, Cole pretends to be mentally ill. He assaults 2 police officers and is soon admitted to the same hospital as Jennifer. After spending a few days with her, Cole learns that her father Leland had a secret lab where he was keeping something hidden. Only Jennifer and one other person know about the lab, but she refuses to reveal the address. Meanwhile, Cassie has found out that Cole is locked in a mental hospital and quickly goes to free him. She uses her status as a doctor to enter the institution and gets a hold of Cole. As the duo is engaged in conversation, they shockingly witness a group of strange masked men kidnapping Jennifer. The leader of the group, a tall old person called the Pallid Man, seems to know Cole. He points to a scar on his left cheek and claims that he got the injury because of Cole. However, Cole has no memory of ever meeting the man and tries his best to stop him from taking Jennifer. Cole fights valiantly, but the numbers are stacked against him. The Pallid Man eventually escapes with Jennifer, leaving Cole to wonder what to do next. He realizes that they need to find the other person who knows about Leland's secret lab. This may be the only option to stop the virus from spreading. Meanwhile, after some more research, Cassie discovers that Jennifer used to work in her father's lab a few years ago. A Haitian doctor named Henry also worked alongside her in the same lab. These two had been the only people who managed to escape a terrorist attack on the lab. Every other scientist involved was brutally murdered. Unfortunately, Henry too was found dead with a gunshot wound while serving in Haiti in 2014. In a stroke of coincidence, Cassie reveals that she knows Henry and had worked with him in the past. She suggests that Cole time travel to 2014 so that he can meet Henry and find out where the secret lab is. They could then go to the lab and destroy the virus once and for all. Cassie also warns Cole that he might encounter a past version of herself, but he should not talk to her. The 2014 Cassie will not be able to comprehend anything, and it could potentially disrupt the timeline. Shortly afterwards, Cole travels back to the year 2043 and discusses this plan with Dr. Jones and her team. They come to a conclusion that there is only one way to move forward: find Henry and locate the whereabouts of the secret lab. Cole then travels to Haiti in the year 2014, where a deadly cholera outbreak has wrecked the nation. A team of US CDC doctors, including Cassie, are working with local medics to contain the situation from becoming worse. Soon enough, Cole finds Cassie, Henry, and a team of doctors in a temporary medical camp. He wears a mask to disguise himself as a patient and approaches Henry. The time traveler says he needs urgent help as his family is in trouble, but right at this moment, Cassie arrives at the scene, forcing Cole to run away. Nonetheless, Henry has more pressing matters for the time being. The camp is running out of antibiotics and other medical supplies. He thus needs to go to a local dealer and bring back a fresh stock of these essentials. As Henry is making his way to the local dealer, he realizes that someone is following him. This guess turns out to be true, as Cole soon confronts him, and the two men come face to face for the first time. The time traveler quickly explains that he is here to know about Leland's secret lab and doesn't want to hurt anyone. Upon hearing this, Henry instantly realizes the severity of the matter and agrees to help. But first, he insists on fetching the fresh pile of antibiotics. Following this, the two men walk together to a nearby local home. They are fetching important medical supplies when things start to go wrong. The pallid man, who curiously doesn't have any scar on his left cheek now, arrives on the spot with several armed guards. He doesn't recognize Cole, which can only mean one thing: this is the first time that they are meeting. Whatever may be the case, Cole realizes that Henry is in danger. He quickly gets into action mode and starts attacking the pallid man's guards. This gives Henry enough time to flee the scene. All the while, Cole holds his pursuers back. The time traveler then comes face to face with the pallid man, who seems to be strong for his age. Nonetheless, Cole grabs a nearby bottle and smacks it across his face. This is how the pallid man got the scar on his left cheek, a token that he will carry forever. He also decides to back down for the time being and flees the scene. Shortly afterwards, Cole finds Henry and demands the location of Leland's secret lab. The latter claims he doesn't know, as he and the other scientists were transported there blindfolded. But he does tell Cole that just before the attack, the lab had installed a high-end decontamination system. Cole should track that equipment in order to locate the whereabouts of the lab. Now that Cole has this information, he cannot allow Henry to walk away alive. He knows that the pallid man will not relent until he too gets the location of the secret lab. Thus, with a heavy heart, Cole whips out his gun and shoots Henry in the head. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.